Hey there, I'm back. So the question is, where have I been? Well, I have mentioned in previous videos where I work on the computer every day for my job, and a lot of it is video editing. And that is one thing that really impedes me doing YouTube videos, is that's the last thing I want to do, is sit in front of a computer in the evening or on the weekend and edit. So it's been a bit of an issue. And in general, I've been kind of busy. Another thing is I've taken on a side project for a friend, which involves me building a built-in coat rack where a fireplace is removed from. We discussed how to do this, and really the best way to have done it in hindsight is that I should have prefabricated everything here and then taken them over to her house and then made it fit like you do with kitchen cabinets. But we decided, both of us, that the best way to do it was to build it there. And that has proven not to be the best idea. So that's been an issue. It's getting there. It's starting to look like a coat rack, but I started this back in late August. And to complicate matters further, I got sick. And it's been a bad year, I think, for everybody, at least in Southern Ontario, for colds and flus and bugs. And I picked up not just one, but two this fall. And so that kind of delayed that project too. So that's been an issue. And another issue this year, for some reason, and I actually went to the doctor. I'm going to a sleep clinic tomorrow for follow-up, but it has to do with asthma. I think it's because of all these illnesses. It's really aggravated my asthma. And this year in Toronto, we had a lot of bad, muggy, poor air quality weather days. It's horrible. Anyways, that's too much of an introduction. So what's going on here? Well, I'm going to reglue this magnet onto this dog, and this guy, I broke his foot off, so I'm going to take some Sculpey. There it is. In my first foray into sculpting, and sculpt him a new foot, so I won't be in trouble with the missus. Anyways, so that's that. So, but on the positive side of things, we got a new car, and one of the first things I did with the car, well, not quite, because, well, yeah, one of the first trips I did with the car is I pulled a lot of junk with my sister from her cottage, and we dumped it at the dump. What a great thing to do with your brand new car. We also took oh, by the way, buying a car is really complicated now. Anyways, we also took a trip to Manitoba. We started in Winnipeg, and we drove all the way up north to Lynn Lake, which is, let me get my notes, an 1,100 kilometer drive from Winnipeg. And it took us, well, because we had a late start when we arrived, we spent the night in Thompson, but the drive back was 13 hours. And the last, so I don't know, well, the last 350 kilometers of the road is kind of nutty, with about 200 of that being, about 200 kilometers being unpaved, which is actually the best part of the road. Anyways, so yeah, but on our way back, we went back to Winnipeg. We had some stuff to do, saw some relatives, and I went to a place called Hobby Sense. Hold the phone. I totally forgot this one thing, and that was when we were in Winnipeg, and it was the whole purpose of the trip, except for the trip to Lynn Lake, was to go to the Lynn Lake reunion. Now, because so few people live in Lynn Lake because the mines have closed, they have the reunion in Winnipeg because people can just drive from anywhere in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, or Alberta, or wherever they live, and come out for the visit. So anyways, that's what we were doing. And so when we were there, there were these draws, and I won these trucker caps, and man, I was the envy of the crowd because of that, and people want to see what they were. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And so here they are. Oh, take that away. So what do we got? We got Star Amusements, which no one seems to know what that is. L'Orange Aviation Services, which is, I think, my favorite, or it could be, hold on. Yeah, that one. And then Halstead Motors, and then we have another Halstead Motors, and then we have this one, which is Lynn Gold, the mine. And people really like that one, and it's actually perhaps the best constructed hat. These are all clip-ons on the back, right there. That's a bad one. Right there, whereas this one has a leather strap. Pretty awesome, eh? And so that's it. So let's get back to, where did I go? Oh yeah, so then during a break, when not much was happening around lunchtime, I went to Hobby Sense, and I bought some stuff from there before, my Mack truck, which I have not yet to build, And but I want to drop in, and they have a great online presence, and I'm probably going to put the link up here or something like that. You'll see it. And I bought a truck, and here we go. I bought this. There. Oops. Sorry, guy. Put you over here. This F-150. Well, I don't think it's in focus. We're going to pause. So I guess that was in focus. But anyway, so yeah, I picked this up, this F-150, sorry, F-100 4x4 at Hobby Sense, and they're really nice there, and it was a good talk to them. And yeah, a big selection. For Canada, it's a pretty big selection, and they have pretty good rates for shipping within Canada. And that's by Canadian standards, by the way. If it was the US, it'd be free all along. But anyways, pretty good guys. And it was a fun talking to them. Anyways, we'll get to that. So when I got back home, because really I didn't want I'm not really a Ford guy, but this is kind of cool nonetheless. But what's really cool is this Dodge Warlock I picked up. And I bought this in Mississauga at Sunward Hobbies. Also, I think they're kind of new, or they just moved to a new spot. I'm not too sure. But they had like 6 of these in stock, where I was looking for this for like a month or two, and no one had anything. So I picked one up, and while I was there, just to make my life more complicated, I picked up this old frog kit. Is that in focus? We're going to try that one again. Hold on. Sorry, that wasn't focused. I am being more careful. Anyways, I picked this frog kit of one of my favorite really awful airplanes, the Blackburn Skua. Really, my most favorite awful airplane is the Blackburn Rock, but a little harder to get. And yeah, here we go. They actually had a version of this, so I don't think frogs are sold in North America as frogs. I think they were some sort of like Triang thing. I think Triang owned them, or the Bins. Bin? No. Whoever owned Triang, I'll figure that out in a minute. So I think it's complete, but if it isn't, so much the better. But yeah, I'd forgotten how small 1/72nd scale models were until I got this out. But it's gone through. We got the pilot. From what I can tell, it's mostly complete, but yeah, who cares? It's kind of fun. Anyways, there's that guy, and then I picked up this, also a consignment. This monogram Boeing F4B. Hold on, here. I don't want this to burn out. And the reason I picked this up is because back when I made scale models, this is the first one. I'd made plastic kits before, but this one, I remember getting this one, and it was the first model that I said, yeah, I really enjoy making scale models. I think kind of I got old enough to really understand what was going on. So yeah, and of course that ended in the trash with all the other ones. But so I thought this would be kind of a fun blast from the past, and hopefully it is complete. But I'd say this is what, circa 1973? I don't know. As I struggle with matter, yeah, there you go. It's got its decals and the instructions. Yeah, all right. I mean, it's a simple little kit. Looks much more intact than the Blackburn Skua. But yeah, that was something also. I thought, hey, this would be a great one to build over Christmas too. Forget it. Just busy. Yeah, that's not good there. So what about trains? Well, the thing about trains is that I'm really like reluctant to make train videos with the ability to run them. But I did buy in the fall this. So this pile of Triang Hornby trains, and of course we got the log car, very important. My very first cattle car, another orange box car. It does have both doors, but that needs to be, it's lost its sort of flange. You can 3D print that. This tank car, which has only got a decal on one side for some reason, and the same thing with this BP container car. They're not completely decaled out, but hey, we can play around with that. This caboose, which is an unmarked yellow caboose from their starter set. I've never seen one before. The best part is, it's pristine. And, well, I got a reefer. Yeah. The rubber bands are holding on the roofs. I did get the Eat More Beef. I didn't even realize he had this. It just sort of showed up in the pile. And then, newsprint car. So yeah, it was a good buy, and it didn't cost me a lot. Well, per car, it didn't cost me a lot. And they're kind of fun. But yeah, another one to the another pulpwood car. Oh, and yeah, it's unfortunate that the Canadian editions of these hoppers were not operational. You can actually see where this has been glued in. I wonder if you could convert it. I mean, I bet you could convert it, but right now, too much work. Okay, so that's that. And I picked up this. I bought the instructions to building a 12-volt magnetizer or remagnetizer off of eBay. So I've seen these on eBay. They're good for remagnetizing the magnets inside your electric motors for your Triang or Wren or old Hornbys. So they're hideously expensive. Like, they only come from Britain, and I've seen them for like 300 pounds. Like, So, not my cup of tea. But yeah, so this one's actually will be cheaper to build, and it'll be kind of fun. I'm not the best with electrics, and unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is written in millimeters, and for this size of object, I work in inches. If I'm making a model, I'll work in millimeters. But that's not a problem, and it's just getting the parts. Anyway, so that's basically it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I have this lovely new blue background, which is a blotter. Yeah, so that's basically it. So I hope to have something else up soon, very, very soon. I know what it's going to be. Hopefully it's a repair job, but we'll see. And I've got something else coming up down the pipeline. Oh, the other thing too is I actually have some dead videos. I meant to mention this earlier. That I never finished because I got discouraged about them. So I'm going to revisit them with a whole new attitude. And so that's basically it. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. We'll just look at that again. And that. And that. That kind of sucks. Here. And that. So there you go. That's what I got right now. So I hope to have another video soon, like within a couple weeks. But this is just to remind you that I am actually still alive. And if you're interested, please subscribe. I should have put that at the beginning. You may see this at the beginning. Please subscribe. Anyways, so there you go. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time, and sooner rather than later.